Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys can give me those green check marks in Blackboard, that would be fantastic. And we shall get started this morning. I know it's a little awkward coming in mid-morning instead of at the beginning, but unfortunately that's the way the schedule has been working out this week. So it'll be a little bit different this week just with, because of my teaching schedule, and that's okay too. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, today is basically our wrap up of everything that I have to give for you for information for the Heritage Fair. After that, you guys now are on your own. All right. So just be aware of that. Today is kind of that last class where we're really going to be discussing your Heritage Fair projects. If there's any last minute questions, please let me know. All right. Good. Looks like we've got everyone to go here. It doesn't look like we've got a very big group today, but that's all right. So today's lesson today, you guys, is really looking at reflecting on your learning. Not only is it a great process for the Heritage Fair, but I'm hoping that actually you'll take this reflection process into your life. Okay, that sort of thing. So that's really, really important, you guys. Avery, just asking about the presentation aspect of the Heritage Fair and how long it should be. I'm not too sure what you mean by that, Avery. Because there's no set amount of time. Like, do you mean like the discussion with your judge? Do you mean your written aspect? I just need you to be a little bit more specific there, Avery, and I'll see if I can do a better job there. Okay. So that's kind of where we're going. Yeah. So Avery, essentially that is going to be up to who comes around and talks to you and how you guys interact, right? There's no set length of time at all. Yeah. It could be 5 minutes, could be 10 minutes, could be even longer. Okay. So it all depends on your discussion. All right. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I want to just quickly introduce what today's going to look like because we do have a shortened timetable. Just be aware that today's lesson is going to be a little bit shorter than what we are normally used to. So I have a quick little video for you guys to introduce, get our brain around what we're going to be talking today. And then I've got, we're going to do some breakout room sessions this morning, talking around criteria and creating that. And then we're going to do a little bit of a self-assessment and reflection on your own project. All right. Anna, great question. How long is the fair? It's, I think we've scheduled it for like an hour. Okay. So nothing too strenuous. All right. And it's after your science midterm. All right. Now in your assignment, ladies and gentlemen, it's called reflecting on the project. I think that's what I called it. I can't really remember that last assignment, you guys, in the unit. All right. What I want you to do is I've given you a quick little clip of Simon Sinek, and I want you to watch his quick little interview on the importance on self-reflection and how important that is for the learning process. And what I want is also for you to take a look at the quote. We do not learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on experience. I want you to take that quote and also watch the video in the assignment. It's only about 1:30, you guys. And then in the room chat, do you agree or disagree with the video and the quote? Why or why not? Okay, that's going to go into your room chat. So I'm going to give you guys, say, 5 minutes to go watch the video, have the quote, and then come up with a formulated response for the room chat. All right. So go ahead and get started on that, ladies and gentlemen. I know you guys are still going. Looks just like we had some technical difficulties with our timer, you guys. So keep going with, because I can see people chatting. Awesome. So keep that going, you guys. And I'll actually, while you guys are finishing up there, I'll bring up the chat here to see. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely, Avery. I love that. And Avery, you can even apply that to your life, right? To your job, to your career, right? Maybe you make a mistake or you want to get better. So you've got to reflect on what you did so that you know how to accomplish what you need to accomplish better next time, right? Good. Taylor, that's a valid point. Absolutely. Absolutely, Haley, right? Very, very important. Yeah, because it's hard. And Taylor, maybe this comes in what you were saying too, that you do actually learn from the experience. But if you think about it, even from Haley's perspective, from a sports perspective, when you are in that moment of your game or your competition or whatever's happening, you have all that adrenaline running too, right? And you're experiencing it, but can you really think and reflect on, oh, I could have done that better in the moment? Probably not, right? You need to take the time, step away, really reflect on what happened, and then hopefully learn from that experience. Yeah, great, you guys. Excellent. Good. I see the chat is still going, so feel free, please, to continue on. Finish up your thoughts there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yep, absolutely, Haley. And that's why self-reflection is so important, right? Because if you didn't self-reflect on your experiences, how could you get better and become more successful, right? Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was just to kind of get your brain activated around what we're going to be talking about today. And essentially, we are talking about now looking back on the process of your Heritage Fair, all right, and thinking about that process. The process of coming up with your question, the process of refining your question, the process of researching your question, right? That's what I want to go with. Now, what I've done is there is a rubric that the Heritage Fair Society has come up with for marking, right? For your guys' Heritage Fair. And that's what is the first download in the assignment. So I would like everyone to download that so that you have it in front of you. Because as a group, what you're going to do in your breakout room, okay, is as a strategy, we're going to use the love it, leave it, or lose it strategy to really delve in and deconstruct the criteria that they have come up with. Because maybe we want to change something. I don't mind marking you on a completely different rubric. It's what we come up with together as a group, what we find important that we've had through our learning experience of doing the Heritage Fair as a class. All right. So I'll probably split you into maybe 3 breakout rooms. And I think the easiest way to get this strategy across, you guys, is if you take maybe some screen captures of each of the sections of the rubric, put them on your whiteboard, then you guys can discuss, and as a group, you can either love an aspect, you can leave it, but maybe edit it when we come back as a class to discuss it, or put a big blue X and be like, no, we need to lose it. Absolutely. I don't agree with this. But make sure that you can justify why you feel that way. All right. So that's what our goal is today. All right. Is to get through this. Okay. And Taylor, that's totally fine. So if you can't screen capture, hopefully somebody else in your group can, and they can put it up on the whiteboard within your breakout rooms. All right. So let's get into some breakout rooms here, ladies and gentlemen. I need to quickly accomplish that. So it looks like we have about 10. So or 9. I'm going to actually make about 3 breakout rooms, you guys. That's what I think I'm going to do. So we'll make about 3 breakout rooms, and that puts it, there we go. So I am going to do that. So I'm going to head you guys straight there. You're just automatically going to go into breakout rooms. All right. And then if I need to rearrange people, that's what I'll be doing. All right. So go ahead, and I've now created those breakout rooms. You guys should be in those rooms. And if I need be, I'll go take a look at the list and see if I need to shuffle people around. All right. So go ahead and get started, you guys. Basically, I'm going to give you, let's say, I'm going to give you guys 30 minutes to go as a group and do this. So it still gives us some time to come back as a group and see what everybody else said. And we'll come together with one rubric that we totally agree on. And then you're going to have to apply that to your own project. All right. So 30 minutes, you guys, to go ahead and discuss the rubric. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put everyone back into the main room now so that we can now have a class discussion around the criteria and what you guys came up with, what kind of consensus you guys came up with as a group, all right? So give me 2 seconds here and I will put everybody... There we go. Everyone is now back into the main room. Now, what I'm going to do, you guys, is actually bring up the chat here, though, so that we can actually discuss the criteria. What I want to focus on is the last aspect, I'm thinking, the lose it aspect. All right? Within your groups, were there any major either sections of the rubric or criteria points within the rubric that maybe you guys just wanted to axe all together? Just type it into the main chat. And if you did feel that way, because I see the chat starting to come up, if you do feel that way, make sure you are giving me a justifiable reason for it as well, please. Okay, Abby, good. So maybe that might actually be leave it, but an edit, right? Maybe media isn't the right term. Because yes, I assume it doesn't have to be a video. It means, your mode of presentation, right? That sort of thing. So maybe that's something that Abby, could you remind me what the actual wording was? Could you copy and paste that into the room chat? And then we can see if we need to maybe reword that. Okay, so in regards to that, then, Abby, yeah, different. So what that means by media is, did you use different types of sources? You didn't solely just use books, or you didn't solely just use the internet, right? Like that's what that means. From various types of media, did you use different types of informational sources? Okay. I thought it was maybe in relation to your actual presentation, but it's not. It's actually under your evidence. Okay. So does that make a difference then, Abby? Once I explain that? Okay. Perfect. Absolutely. So does that make a bit more sense then, you guys? You're just not solely using the internet or not solely just using books. That's what that from various media means. Okay. Perfect. All right. So it doesn't sound like you actually want to lose anything. Okay. But it sounds like